Hello everyone and welcome back again. Today we are going to perform an activity interfacing of soil moisture sensor. In this activity we will come across that how a soil moisture sensor can be interfaced and what kind of projects can be ideate on it. So let's start the activity. Our step number 1 is to arrange the required component. So the component 1 is buzzer. It is an output device and basically used for the indication purpose. Our second component is soil moisture sensor and we are using it here to sense the moisture present in the soil. The third component is OLED display and it is used here to read the real-time value of the sensor. Fourth one is wireless brain and it is used for to sense, think and act. Basically it understands the user logical thinking which can be interpreted via coding. Component fifth is 3-pin connector and 4-pin connector and we are going to use to connect the device with the brain. And the last component is power bank and we are using it here so that it will provide a power supply to the connected device on the brain. We will be taking this 3-pin connector. We will insert the first end on buzzer and the second end on the D6 pin of the brain. So it would look like this. The second we will join the OLED display. So we need to join it here. OLED display itself is having a particular pin on the brain, so it is here, you can see. The third we will join the soil moisture sensor. So soil moisture sensor also needs a 3-pin connector to connect. So we'll insert the first end like this and the second end we need to insert it on A0. So this time we'll be taking an analog pin for the soil moisture sensor. And in the last, now we'll power up the brain. So in order to power up the brain, we need a micro USB cable. It seems like this. We'll use to have the first end over here like this and the second end in the brain. So it would get powered up now. So in our last step, we are going to do the coding part. So in order to start, first of all click on TinkerOrbit mobile application. Once you will click, so you will find the first screen. So the first screen is totally empty screen. There will be no any code on the screen. Now before we'll start creating the code, first of all we'll understand the logic. To dip this soil moisture sensor in the soil and try to count the values. So the real-time values once I'll get, then I can able to create the logical part. So in order to do that, first of all, for the sample base, I have this soil. So I'll be reading first the real-time values of the soil through this sensor. And then after that I will try to implement that in coding. So let's start. So to get the sample values, first of all you need to get that values on display. So for that you need to first of all click on output. In output there is one block, OLED display text to 1. Drag and drop it on the workspace and increase the size of the screen. So you can see OLED display text. So you need to remove this text and instead of this you need to implement the soil moisture sensor. Once you will click on sensor, so you would get this read soil moisture on. So we already have attached our soil moisture sensor on A0 pin, means analog pin on the brain. So let's read the values. So let's pair the brain first. So once you will click on this Bluetooth option, so you will get the brain name Tinker. It got paired now. It would start sending the values on the display. So now you can able to see the without moisture the value is coming around 293. If I'll dip this soil moisture sensor in the soil, so you can able to see the value is getting high. It is going till 805 and 806. If you are not able to see, so let me show you. So we'll take approx value now. The approx value which we'll take, it is 500. So if the values goes extended by 500, then the buzzer will beep and it will show that the moisture is too high. If the value will be less than 500, so moisture is less. So let's start. Go to logic, drag and drop if statement, put else after it. Now to convert the if statement into if condition, again click on logics, drag and drop, put it here. This is comparison operator. Duplicate this. In the first block you need to set the soil moisture sensor on A0. if the value on the soil moisture sensor on A0 greater than 500, go to math, take this number block, write the value which we have considered, that is 500, and if the value goes more than 500, then the buzzer will start beeping, otherwise it will not beep. So to get the buzzer, you need to go in output, there is a set buzzer. We already have attached buzzer on A6, so we'll set the pin 6 and make it high. High and low means when it will be high means it get turned on, and if it will be low, so it will remain off. That's what the condition we need to have. And let's first of all check whether this logic is working or not. So let's run this code. So you can see right now the value is going on below 500. So buzzer is not beeping, because in the condition I already explained that if it will be more than 500, then only the condition will going to be high and the buzzer will going to beep. Otherwise it will remain off. So let's put this sensor in the soil again and let's see the change. So your condition is getting valid right now. So you can even watch the values, real-time value. The value is getting more than 500. That's why it has started beeping. And if I'll make it back again, so it will not be. We are ending this activity. I hope you enjoyed this activity. Keep tinkering, keep learning.